Hey, Matt Guff for the House Snowboard Shop. I'm here with Jason from Burton, and Jason's in doing a clinic tonight for the 2012 hard goods. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Cool.
High five.
Yeah. So you've been working for Burton for a while, and you've been riding for a while. How'd you get involved in snowboarding, and why do you ride?
Well, I mean, I started out skateboarding, just like a lot of snowboarders. I've been actually snowboarding for about 26 years.
Dang.
So it's been a while, but it still keeps you young. That's why I love this industry. It is a fun industry to be in. But started out skateboarding, and one of my friends just talked me into trying snowboarding. There was no rentals or anything like that. I could actually go and I bought my first Burton board. It was a Burton Elite, directional, no tail, fishtail, that sort of thing. Used Sorels, all that. Pretty primitive, but once I got into that, and I used to hate winter, but once I started snowboarding, man, it was like
perfect.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was it definitely killed the time in between, so I could skate, and then pretty soon now it's like now I really look forward to winter. Awesome. So it's the best cure for cabin fever for sure is snowboarding.
Right. That's right. Do you still have that deck?
No, I wish. It's one of those, like, you always, hindsight, you always look back and you're just like, man, I wish I had all my boards, but so kids, if you can, hang on to your boards because you'll wish you had them someday. But it was always one of those, I needed to sell that one to get the next one, and it was always using the money from that one to get the next upgrade. So, but so I'm trying to keep my eye out, trying to piece back my collection. So I got a few that I'm collecting. So
that's good. How many boards do you have?
Right now, I probably got about 10.
That's good.
So,
all Burton?
Yep, got some Burton. And I'm also starting to collect some of the newer ones that are really neat. Like, we got that new chopper with Star Wars graphics. Like, I ordered the whole, like every size that's going to be in my living room wall, just the whole series.
Great.
So,
how long have you been working for Burton?
For about 9 years, a little over 9 years. Yep.
That's a long time.
So one of the Midwest reps. We cover 9 states in the Midwest, so we're all over. But it's something that's like I said, it keeps you young, and it's a really fun industry. Just whenever people are kind of bummed out about how like the industry that we're in, or people are just kind of stressed out, it's like you just got to kind of remember there's you could be like flipping burgers, or you could be like a light bulb salesman or something like that. Things could be a lot worse, man.
Exactly.
It's really fun.
And so who's involved in the Midwest sales team?
So it'd be Matt Hoffman.
Okay.
Not the biker. That's,
not the biker.
No.
They can't look
He's
alike,
a legend in his own right, but it's not the biker.
Okay.
And then myself, and then Keith Lipsky is a new guy. He's out of Milwaukee. So.
Okay. Cool. And so you're based here in Minneapolis, right?
I live in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So a couple hours away, but I'm up here a lot. So.
Okay. And Lipsky's you said Milwaukee?
He's in Milwaukee, and Matt's in Chicago.
Yep. That's nice.
Yeah, we're kind of all over. So we live out of our trucks, and with the internet and our smartphones and everything anyway. So I guess we can be all over at any given time.
That's right. And Burton was pretty much one of the first snowboard companies out there. How long has Burton been in business now?
Well, Jake started the company by himself, in his garage in 1977. Yep. He's still the sole owner of the company. He still rides himself 100+ days a year.
That's amazing.
That's his personal goal. Hopefully, with the stuff that he's going through right now, with him being sick, he's depending on how he feels when he's going through his treatments and stuff like that, he still wants to do it.
That's awesome.
I actually got the pleasure of riding with him on day one out at our sales meeting in Mount Hood this summer.
Rad.
So, yeah, he's still a product developer. He's still into it. He totally rides. It's still rider owned and operated. It's
best thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, people think Burton's this huge company. Yeah, we're the largest name in snowboarding, but still just rider owned and operated.
It's great.
Put all the R&D back, all the money back into R&D, and pushing the sport, and doing things like chill, taking inner city kids out, taking them snowboarding, do things for the good of snowboarding, like our LTR programs, overbuilding specific product for those first-time riders, so they can link turns. Just a lot of development on that, and just for the the overall good of snowboarding. Our global open series, where contests
one of the best
around the
things
world.
ever.
So like that, a lot of that stuff, it's, Jake kind of he built the industry. He was the first one in the late 70s, early 80s to get get into his truck and drive around to a lot of resorts in the Midwest and get into all this wacky thing called snowboarding. So if you're ever over at Trollhagen, you go in the ski shop over there, there's one of his boards that he dropped off. And
it's still there?
It's still hanging up in there, signed by Jake.
Oh, good.
So don't go steal it.
Yeah.
But that's it's pretty cool. He was here, it was kind of part of his track. So, but he helped build the industry, and he also wants to take care of it. We've seen a lot of other industries where the lead companies just really haven't done much to really make the industry healthy and keep it healthy. Like inline skating, for instance, there's a lot of those companies, they just kind of rode the quick wave, and then it just fizzled out. That's not what we need to see. So snowboarding's strong, and Burton's been around for a while, but I said if there's always people out there that always hate on number one, but the only thing the challenge for all the Burton haters out there is to educate yourself first before you figure out why you hate them. If you just say, well, they're corporate or whatever, do more research, figure it out. It's not the case.
So Burton's been around for a long time. They're doing lots of great stuff now. They've done great stuff in the past. They're planning for great stuff in the future.
Yeah.
There's so much cool technology. I feel in the last 5 years they've really designed and came up with. Like what are some of the things that you're going to be riding this season? Why are you going to ride it?
Well, kind of getting back to Jake putting more money into R&D. We got that new Craig's Proto facility right next door to Burton headquarters. So all they do is just work on stuff all day long. They've got over 1,000 people, with our professional riders and testers testing stuff all year round on snow. And with that Craig's facility, definitely check it out. Like there's a video on that, but they can actually think of an idea and test it the next day in snow. Whether it's figuring out like maybe a new high back design. They can put it in our new SLS prototype machine that basically grows apart like layer by layer. It's almost like building a loaf of bread one layer at a time.
Great.
So they can think of that like an idea, and they can test it the next day in snow. It's just that constant repetitive just trial and error. So and that's something that a lot of other companies can't do. They have to maybe schedule factory time with their vendors and things like that. And,
you guys can just do it like that.
We do it like that, test it. There's more stuff that they've tried and it doesn't work than the stuff you see. So, but really what that translates to, the production side of things is that, behind every model, every board that you see, there's been like, anywhere from 50 to, 200 prototypes behind that model, just from, basically, inception to finished product. Because it's just more dialed in. They've got a lot of people trying stuff.
So how about your personal snowboard bike? You ride a diode base with a Malavita high back. Do you think you're going to push that to get out there into the market or what?
Well, we'll see. There's new stuff. There's I've already seen some pictures of the 2013 stuff, and they're kind of I wouldn't say it's a direct take on that, but it's they got new high backs in the works for that, so but that's next year. That's a year away.
There we go. So what are you most excited for in the years to come, working for Burton and being a snowboarder in general?
Really just the thing that maybe I'm starting to get a little bit older. I really like seeing just the progression of the sport. Like you could have never dreamed 5 years ago that these guys are doing 1440s and all this. But also just seeing the overall versatility of the sport. It's like the urban rail scene is obviously really popular, especially up here in Minneapolis, and the stuff they do is just insane and amazing. And it'd be it's good to see them push that, but just also the free ride into things.
That's right. John Jackson's on the team now.
We got John Jackson.
That's pretty sweet.
So pretty stoked about that. I was actually in Burton for Jake's Fall Bash, and they had a little meeting. I was actually at that, and they announced it, and he came running out. I'm just like,
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So
did anybody have any clue that was going to happen? Like I heard there was people walking around the Fall Bash, and they saw John there hanging out with some of the other team riders, but I don't think anyone thought that John was there to be announced as a team rider.
Well, by the time the fall bash happened at Jake's house, I mean, they were already announced it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
No, it's kind of funny. We took a tour of that Craig's proto facility, and one of the guys was building a board. We're like, oh, this is for a new team rider, but I can't say who it is. And it was like, you know, they were building him a special board.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure. I think it was like a custom 63 or something.
Sweet.
And I'm just like, wow, he must be a big guy, or guy that writes some,
Yeah.
guy that writes some big shit, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't tell you who it is. And then all of a sudden he came out. I'm like, aha, that makes sense. So, pretty rad.
Cool. Well, hey,
So.
Jason, thanks for having.
Cool, man.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here.
Anytime. You want to do installment 2, 3, 4, whatever, let me know.
That's right.
I'm up here a lot. So.
That's right. Yeah, Jason helps me out a lot when we were doing product video reviews or just doing anything on the YouTube channel. And I have a question about Burton, I text or give Jason a call, and within seconds he's back with like the perfect answer. I would say. So cool. Thanks for being here.
You know, after snowboarding for 26 years, I'm still a snowboard tech geek. I love it.
That's
I love
awesome.
the product. So.
Me too. See you guys.
Peace.